Veronica Armstrong, and I'm obsessed with helping women emancipate themselves from limiting beliefs and behaviors that prevent them from operating in their zone of success. I'm a former corporate executive turned coach who gave it all up to help women rise above personal constraints and march boldly towards becoming the women they were born to be. My goal for this podcast is to make it a space where we shatter old thought patterns, challenge limiting beliefs, and break the chains of societal norms. Here, you are not defined by your past, but empowered by the potential of your future. So, join us on this journey as we dig deep into a world of transformative insight and empowering information. Because remember, you are more than just a product of your past, you are the architect of your future. Welcome to Girl Emancipated. Welcome back to another episode of the Girl Emancipated podcast. I am your host, Veronica Armstrong, and today we are diving into the pillar of empowerment. The empowerment pillar is all about tapping into your inner strength and harnessing the power within you to create the life that you desire. So what exactly is empowerment, and why is it critical to living an emancipated life? Empowerment is personal power and autonomy. It is to feel confident in one's abilities. It is making conscious decisions to take charge of your destiny. And it is the process of becoming stronger and more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights. So here's why empowerment matters on your journey toward living an emancipated life. First and foremost, it is the fuel for your journey because it enables you to take control of your destiny, challenge limiting beliefs, and break free from constraints or limitations that have held you back. It's also about realizing that you have the ability to take charge of your decisions, your choices, and your actions. When you are empowered, you have the ability to break free from self-doubt, external limitations, and that allows you to step into your authenticity and embrace your unique strengths. Empowerment is the catalyst for this process because it enables you to challenge outdated beliefs and societal norms that may have held you back or may currently be holding you back. Interestingly, empowerment is intertwined with, influenced by, and even dependent upon some of the other pillars. And we're going to go through that now. So let's start with self-awareness, which is recognizing your own strengths, limitations, emotions, and values. Here's an example of what that looks like. Reflecting on your reactions and challenging situations. Were they a result of fear or doubt or past experience? Empowerment is fueled by an honest understanding of oneself. So when you know your triggers, your strengths, and areas for growth, you can make empowered decisions. Next up is courage, which means taking action despite your fears or apprehensions. And what that looks like is speaking up in a meeting, even if it feels intimidating. But here's the key. The realization through self-awareness that sometimes your fears are unfounded or exaggerated, it can bolster courage, thereby empowering you to step up and to use your voice. Next is resilience, which is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. And here's what that looks like. After facing a setback and recognizing the role your mindset played in deciding how to approach it differently the next time around. The key is, with self-awareness, you can identify patterns that might lead to repetitive setbacks. In that situation, you have the power to choose how to address the patterns leading to those undesired outcomes. In other words, you are empowered to do things differently and to decide how you do things differently. And that is building that resilience muscle. Okay, connection, which means building relationships that uplift and empower. And what that looks like is identifying the type of people who positively influence you rather than those who drain your energy. The key with this is using self-awareness. You are empowered to choose the connections that truly serve you on your journey towards emancipation. Now let's look at purpose, which means aligning actions with your deeper calling. And here's what that looks like. realizing through introspection what really motivates and drives you, and then aligning your actions with that purpose. Empowerment in its purest form is being aligned with one's true calling, which can be uncovered through deep self-reflection and self-awareness. And finally, spirituality, which is embracing a deeper connection with the universe, a higher power, or one's inner self. So here's an example of what that looks like. Turning to meditation, prayer, or spiritual practices to gain clarity and strength during challenging situations. Empowerment often comes from realizing that there's a greater force guiding us, which is giving us strength and purpose. It's about recognizing and embracing this connection and allowing it to guide and uplift you on your journey toward emancipation. So hopefully sharing with you how empowerment is intertwined with, influenced by, and even dependent upon various other pillars helps to clarify how all of these pillars work together. So I'd like to share with you what empowerment looked like in my life many years ago. I was an executive managing a very large team, and that team was comprised of 3 different departments, and each of those departments required a different skill set. In a typical organization, there would have been 3 of me, one to manage each of the departments, but there was only one of me. And that meant that I needed to flip a light switch in order to change my thought process and whenever I was conversing with others, just to stay on task. And it got to be overwhelming. And despite my sharing with my superiors how there should have been more of me, there should have been 2 others leading these other organizations, I just got to the point where I realized they weren't going to hire 2 more of me. It was going to be just me. And for years, I held on thinking that, okay, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. At some point in time, they will hire someone else. And I had to come to realize that it wasn't going to happen. And I did not want my performance to suffer. I shared with others how I felt. But because things did not change, I realized I had to make a decision to decide what was going to happen in my life. It was either going to be my health or my career. For some people, this decision is dictated by the money they are making. The money they are making can certainly weigh heavily on them. I was already making 6 figures. That was a long time ago. And so I was doing very well at that time. But at that point in my life, I started to learn that money didn't matter over my health. So I had to make a decision that the job was not the right thing for me. I needed to move on. It was the first time in my life that I'd ever resigned from an opportunity without having another one to go to. I felt empowered enough and courageous enough to make a decision to leave an organization, which is a very good organization, by the way, to leave an organization without another job, but I needed to do so for my own health. And so that example is one that shows how much I recognize how empowered I was to change my circumstances. I didn't have to wait for them to do it for me. I didn't have to wait to find another job. I simply decided that I no longer wanted to be in that situation, and I decided to walk away. And today, I will tell you that was the best decision I have ever made in my life because it taught me what living by faith really, truly means. When you walk away from an opportunity, you don't have another one to go to, you don't have enough money to sustain you for the rest of your life, and you've got to rely on your higher power to make sure that that next opportunity is a better opportunity. So I am grateful and thankful that I had the courage and I felt empowered to make a decision to change my life, even when no one else would do it for me. So here are some steps that you can take starting today to develop and enhance empowerment in your life. First and foremost, you should cultivate a growth mindset by embracing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than setbacks. If we're always looking at challenges as setbacks, you are staying within a fixed mindset, which is not going to allow you to move forward, and it absolutely does not support living an emancipated life. You need to be more resilient, let all of these feelings go, and just embrace these challenges as opportunities to do things differently so that you can continue to march forward on your journey toward living an emancipated life. Next up is setting boundaries. Empowerment also means setting healthy boundaries to protect your energy and prioritize your well-being. Standing up for yourself and learning how to say no is critically important for you to protect yourself and to prioritize your well-being. And affirmations. Practice positive affirmations to help rewire your negative self-talk and to reinforce your self-worth. Also, know yourself because knowledge is power. Improving your self-awareness so that you know what you're capable of will help you cultivate a growth mindset because you'll be more apt to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than setbacks. Also, adopt a positive mindset because thinking positively helps women confidently solve problems and face life's daily challenges with a smile, knowing that everything will work out to their benefit and to the benefit of others. Also, setting meaningful goals. When you set goals for yourself, you are mitigating the risk of experiencing the self-doubt that tends to creep in when you are not sure where you are going in life. And finally, seek a mentor. Connect with empowering individuals who can help you build a support system of individuals who uplift and to guide. So let's recap some important points we discussed today about empowerment. Empowerment is an internal journey of gaining freedom and self-assurance based on personal beliefs, leading to more autonomous and confident decision-making. And there's a connection between empowerment and the pillars of living an emancipated life. And those pillars are self-awareness, courage, resilience, connection, purpose, and spirituality. All of those demonstrating how each pillar reinforces and is reinforced by empowerment. And finally, on your journey to living an emancipated life, I encourage you to take courageous action in pursuit of your goals. Do not let anyone deter you from living the life that you desire. And that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for being a part of the Girl Emancipated community. Together, we are breaking free from limitations, embracing our authenticity, and empowering ourselves to live the lives we were meant to lead. Remember, hit that subscribe button and follow me at I Am Coach Veronica on Instagram and Facebook to stay connected. In our next episode of Girl Emancipated, we will be exploring the fourth pillar of living an emancipated life, and that is resilience. Until next time, stay emancipated and keep shining bright. Bye for now.